to everyone that's tuned in. Really nice to have you here today. My name is Raina Iverson, and I am the L'Oreal for Youth Director. But today is not about me. We are at MYT, L'Oreal's incubator on Make Your Technology. It's super exciting. We've got the Brandstorm winners of 2022 with us. We give them some energy. We're here to talk to you today. So, within all of that, what we're going to start with is we can introduce each team as we go in, so we know who we've got with us, and we can start with this team.
All right, so hello everyone. We're Team Rocket Paper Sisters. We're representing the Philippines. So yes, I'm Rocket. I'm taking up BS Industrial Engineering.
I'm Julian. I'm taking up Business Administration.
And I'm Kara. I'm taking Business Administration and Accountancy. And we're all from the University of the Philippines.
Fantastic. Welcome from the Philippines as well. And we're here in France right now, so we've got the teams over. And yourselves?
Okay, maybe we can start from our team. We are from Monsole team. We're from Indonesia and from Bandung Institute of Technology. I'm Angela and taking business bachelor degree of entrepreneurship.
I'm Yumna. I'm coming from electrical engineering.
And I'm Salma. I'm coming from pharmaceutical science and technology.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here as well.
Yes.
And well, we're Team All Beauty from Mexico. We are studying Design, Innovation, and Engineering at Universidad Panamericana. I'm Jimena.
I'm Ana Cristina.
And I'm Begoña.
Okay, welcome to all. And such diverse degrees and majors across. It's an eclectic mix. So I look forward to hearing about the journeys today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a step back into memory lane. And let's go back to when you first applied to Brandstorm. So when we look at this, team from, Indonesia? Philippines. So team 2 from the Philippines, tell me, how did you apply to Brandstorm?
Well, Brandstorm is something that we heard of from years ago, especially when we were starting in university. A bunch of our upperclassmen actually applied for Brandstorm previously, and they were really encouraging us to join, and we thought it was a really great opportunity to do. Yeah.
Fantastic. So through from campus as well?
Yes.
And the other teams, all from campus or other routes?
Yes, by the university.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, good to hear as well. And if you had one word to describe your experience, we're going to play a game, left to right. One word of your Brandstorm experience.
Oh, it's been exciting.
Oh man, he took my word. It's so exciting. Yeah. I think surprising.
Okay.
Roller coaster.
Life-changing.
More than just a competition. Okay, a praise.
One word. We're staying in the game. Very good.
Incredible.
Challenging.
Like a new discovery.
I'll let you off with 2 words.
They took all my words, but I'm thinking like never stopping.
Okay, so we've got resilience coming through and a lot of different answers we have in here. But we know it's not easy. You know, you had to balance this whilst you were studying. Who would like to first take the question on how you managed to continue with this experience whilst balancing your schoolwork?
Okay, maybe I can take the question. So it's quite interesting, especially for our team as well, because basically we're coming from the same batch, but I graduated earlier because my program is 3 years in the universities. So at the time where we are applying Brandstorm, it was on my final year, so I'm doing my thesis, and my friends were like quite busy with their like practical and laboratories and other stuff like that. So it's absolutely a challenging moment for us to when we are doing this Brandstorm, but like also balancing it. But I think the main point is that because we all have the same like commitment, and to say that this thing is important for 3 of us, not only for 1 of us or 2 of us, but for 3 of us. So we have that commitment, and we're trying to really, going to the same path, to the same direction. We know what we want to do, what we want to aim, and we're setting our target. So we manage to balance it because that motivation is really push us to like go further.
Fantastic. So you really prioritized the project and what came through. But what about when you have schoolwork knocking on the doorstep? You've got this prioritizing the project, and you've got a social life, everything's coming together. How did you actually manage to think, okay, let's give time to this? Like, how did you organize your time?
Yeah, it's okay. it's about like how do we prioritize the things, right? We know like the priority skill metrics or something like that. We're doing that kind of things as well. In practical, yep. We know like what we want to do in the future and maybe in the short 1 year ahead and stuff. And why do we want to win at this competition? Because it's quite a pretty big thing. So by knowing and really aware of those things, we can really like mapping out. Okay, for the academic things, we can put it like here in the left, and maybe for this competition in the right. And how do we like also try to allocate our time? 60% maybe for schools and 40% for these competitions, and that's kind of thing. So.
Okay, well done. Well, you're all winners, so you're clearly good at doing that as well. It's nice to see. But the reality is sometimes these competitions can be intimidating. How did you feel throughout? Was there ever a stage where you felt a little bit like I'm underwater? This is a little bit much. Would anybody like to speak about that?
I can.
Yeah?
Yes. So, well, I think that we were a little bit intimidating during this process because we were like competing all around the world. And it was like a theme, we're involved, but maybe we're not that involved because we were introducing to the cosmetic world too. So it was like a really big challenge to be immersed in those themes. And we didn't know what to expect at the beginning, but I think like all the process and the path we follow is what makes us like feel confident at the end. So that's why we're here, maybe.
Fantastic. Well done. It's a great achievement to overcome those hurdles as well. And I'm sure lots of people that are going to do this year will feel the same. So when we talk later, we'll come back with some more advice. So think in the back of your minds what advice we can give, and we'll give it later on throughout this session. Okay, so when you were going through the experience, what are like the key skills that you feel you developed during Brandstorm 2022?
I think I can take this one. Maybe for our team, the best like skills we got was the teamwork. We really start listening to each other, start like analyzing each idea so we can come up with the final one and be where we want it to be. So I think that teamwork is the first thing that pops to my mind. And yeah, that's
like also develop like being good listeners. Like we have a lot of help from different parts, from the university, from LOreal, from friends even, and from family. So like take the ideas, but also stick to the plan we wanted to follow.
Yep, it's always evolving, as it comes through. So teamwork's an interesting one. The reality is there's a lot of friction, there's a lot of tension when you're going through these projects. Did anyone have any little fallouts and have to reconnect as a team?
Surprisingly, we all work very well together.
You had your moments. It's high emotion. Of course we do. But it's the fact that we bring it back together and work through this. And I think that's always a good learning as we go through it and we go on. And you've all got different and diverse academic careers or learning opportunities at your fingertips. When you think of what you learned within university and what you learn with the practical application of going through Brandstorm, what do you really feel is the difference and the value add of Brandstorm versus an academic learning?
Okay, I can answer this one. The main things that we have learned in the team during this competition is the first one is to taking everything in a holistic view.
Okay.
I think we are working with diverse background and lots of point of view. That's why when we look into a problem, we need to see it like from the whole point of view to get to bring more solutions. And the second one is actually like how to make it like more practical, since like in the schools we also get the theoretical lessons and something like that, but we don't know how it comes when we come to the real consumer or to the real world. So during this competition we learn a lot regarding the reality as well.
Okay, fantastic.
And I want to add something because I'm coming from pharmaceutical science and technology background, and all we talk is about the technology part. We don't talk about the consumer part. So that is what's the difference when we join Brandstorm, because we want to give the solution to our consumers, so we have to understand that. So that is a big of a learning from my side. Amazing.
So you've got the consumer centricity angle that comes through.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I didn't tell the Brandstormers that we're going to do this one. But what I want to ask you is each team, so Philippines, Indonesia, Mexico, as we go through it, let's go for 60 seconds and let's share with the audience what your project was in a little elevator pitch. Okay? We're
Okay.
good to go?
Yes.
Whoever wants to take it, hit it, let's do it so they learn.
Ready?
You still want to do a timer of 60 seconds, please. Okay, so team, 3, 2, 1, go.
So we're from the Philippines and we won for the green track and our product is called Pocket Blocket. It's a dissolving sunscreen wipe. So it's a sunscreen in wipe format that dissolves into a gel as you apply it. So with that you get the convenience of a wet wipe, the efficacy of a sun gel, which is the most effective format of sun protection, and also the dissolving aspect makes sure that you have a zero waste application and all of that.
In terms of sustainability, both format and formula are sustainable. So on the format end, we envision Pocket Bucket to be rechargeable. So when you run out of wipes, you can simply put in a refill cartridge and go about your day. And as well as on the formula side, it's marine safe. It won't have any harmful effects to the environment. It won't contain any harmful chemical filters.
Yeah, in doing so, we want to be able to tackle inconsistent users, especially those who aren't too used to protecting themselves from the sun, and especially those who battling skin cancer and all of that. And so we want to be able to tackle these users and be able to both be able to tackle both the technology, sustainability, and inclusivity through hopefully with this new format and encouraging more users to use it. So.
There we go. They've still got it. Round of applause for that. It's good to see. Obviously, it's a great innovation that came through. Before we go to the next, when we're looking at these different tracks and different opportunities that you can explore, as a team, how did you decide together that this is the mission that you're going to build? I'd love to hear it from you guys.
This was actually a big challenge for us. Yes. We didn't know where to go with our product because when we were looking at the criteria to win Brandstorm, there was always, even in the green track, you're judged on inclusivity, on technology. So we were always thinking about all these aspects when we were developing our product, and we weren't really sure where to focus on. But I think for us, it was a matter of realizing, the track that fit our product the most. We wanted to see more sustainability in the sun care industry since we know that there is still a lot of room to grow there, and that's why we chose this track.
Fantastic. Okay, well then. Next team, you ready? 60 seconds. You're still going to go. Let's share with the audience what you did. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So everybody has their hormones, and hormones affect all the skins, and they are fluctuating throughout your age. So the most fluctuative one are estrogen and progesterone, and people can get many skin problems by the hormone problems.
So we are proposing Hypersync. It is a solution to give you a personalized skincare serum by your hormonal condition. So we're actually in the consumer journey. You need to take the test for the hormone, and then you will get the sync by the menstrual cycle sync, and you will get your personalized skincare every day.
So we're starting from the diagnostic test to get your hormonal level, and then you'll get your pattern of your hormonal level. And then after that, you'll get your personalized serum based on your hormonal condition, we're adjusting the dosage. And we're trying to tackle skin problems of acne, but in the future, it's the scalability is very huge because if we are talking about hormones, the correlation with skin condition is in all aspects. We are talking about the menopause part, also the skin aging, the skin health, and other huge problems of skins. And we will have those big scalability. So we're sure that by tackling this hormone, which is something that hasn't been developed that big in outside of the company, we're trying to push further these kind of factors to give more personalization skincare for everyone, and it's inclusive for any ages.
Fantastic! Come on, put it together. And look, it sounds so complicated. And for me, I've worked for L'Oreal for 4 years, and I only understand half of what you're saying. So, let's be real. When you first came up with the idea to where the idea is today, can you tell me a little bit of the journey of how you developed it, from your ideas in your bedroom to what you're presenting?
Okay. Our ideas inspiration comes up like for the consumer that we heard in the podcast that they said like they have hormonal breakout, and then it just like pop up in our mind. Oh, so they are correlated between the hormonal part and our skin health. That's why we try to do more research regarding that one. We took a deeper into two kind of part. The first one is the technical part. Is it feasible like to measure the hormonal level through the consumer? And the second one is regarding the validation between the correlation of the hormonal and the skin health. And by our research and also talks to the expert, to the dermatologist as well, we found out that two of the points are feasible. That's why we came out with this idea and go to the tech track.
Fantastic. Okay, well, congratulations again. Final team, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, your pitch one last time. I promise. All right, hit it.
Well, we won the inclusion track and we developed our product stable. And it basically is an eye makeup product line that consists of a mascara, an eyeshadow brush, and a liquid eyeliner. And our main target is people with motor disabilities.
So Stable works with a base that allows you to apply your makeup, like simulating a steady hand, and you recreate these like makeup looks with the movements of the head. So you can angle the applicator in different forms, so you can make that perfect makeup routine.
And also, we wanted to include the sustainable part and the tech part. So, in the sustainable part, we wanted the caps of the ones that are filled with the formulas to be made of a bioplastic made from avocado pits. And the other parts, the base and the applicators, are gonna be with PLA. And also the tech part, we wanted to develop an app where we can create like a community so they can share tips, reviews about the product, how they use it, and also that comes with a filter so they can recreate certain looks so they can make the movements with their head following like the steps the app tells them to do.
And just to mention, Stable is, well, the name comes out because it's a stable base, so you can make your looks and you're able to use it in different ways.
Fantastic. You're still pitching. I can feel it. So well done. One last round on that one. So within what you created, there's a lot of complexity behind this. You're going into disability, your innovative elements, technology, sustainability. What resources did you use to build your ideas, and how did you brainstorm that together?
Yes, well, at first we knew we wanted to go for the inclusion track. So also we wanted to attack like this topic that we didn't see a lot on the beauty industry. So we started to make some interviews to people with motor disabilities, and we catch that something in common was that they had to find a way to do their makeup routine by, I don't know, pasting the applicators on their table or trying to handle it with any part of their body. So that's when we knew we wanted to make something that could help them to make this, like, to simulate the steady hand. So while we were like sketching and trying to get some designs, we recognized that we had like the same thinking, that the three of us wanted to do like this base that could fit the applicator. And that's why, that's when we started to make the sketch like inform, and we came up with Stable.
How did it feel when you won Brandstorm?
Amazing.
A mix of emotions. It was like a dream come true.
Because it was a goal like we set it like months ago, so we knew we wanted to go to Paris to make our product real. So in the moment it was like a mixed feelings because we have some trouble on the final as it was via Zoom, and we didn't listen when they advised, like when they said like the winners. We didn't listen, so we were like, we don't know if we are the winners. No. And then they text us, and it's like, yes, Mexico. So it was really exciting.
Amazing. And look, we've all been on a journey since then. Would anybody like to share what's happened since winning Brandstorm?
I can take that question.
Okay.
So ever since we won, obviously we were preparing for Paris, and Throughout our stay here, we were able to meet so many new people and learn so much from the different experts on how to refine our project. Yeah.
It's just been a real surreal experience overall. That's all
Yeah.
I can say.
And I think we've taken lots of pictures. We're doing
Of course.
your media trainings coming as well. Our TV's getting better as we go through. So, it's a fun journey, and you're all doing incredible. And we're really happy to have you here with us as well. Okay, so we're here now, and you're starting your entrepreneurship mission. And through from that, I'd like someone to explain what it is that they're doing now you're here in Paris.
From our team, so personally from our team, we're working with the advanced research team. So here in our main campus, it's been such a very exciting journey because we never thought before that we're going to work with the researchers and the scientists as part, other than the brand team and the marketing team and others. So we are here because our project is working on the hormonal things. We're working on personalization of serum. So quite many scientific parts in our project. So we're working here to reconcept our idea before our final pitch later on, to ensure that which part is visible and which part is not visible. If it is not possible, how do we find the alternative way to change it? For examples, that on our initial idea, we assume that we can have that kind of diagnostic parts, and then the experts say that it is not possible for the beauty industry, and we just do it when we arrive here in Paris. Yep. So we found out a lot of new things, and we try to refine everything with the help of many experts that are willingly help us. They're all very excited to welcome us, to share their expertise here, how they can help us, and that's very exciting.
Fantastic. So you've got a lot of research experts, L'Oreal advice behind you.
Yes.
Let's be real. 1, how is it in Paris? 2, what's your opinions on L'Oreal? So, let's go.
Ooh, wow. How is it in Paris? I really love Paris. I love the city. It's really beautiful place. How do I feel about L'Oreal? I really think that they've really put a great impression on me. I think that they're really people-focused company, and I think that I don't know. It means a lot to me, I guess.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like on the weekdays, meeting so many amazing experts, getting to know the culture of L'Oreal, the ways of working, and then on the weekends, visiting all these touristy places that we dreamed of for a really long time. We love the European way of life.
Yeah, I just want to add, L'Oreal is very different from your typical structured company. That's what we learned from our past 4 or 5 weeks here. It's very flexible, and everyone is very open to just scheduling a coffee, and it's really about building your network within the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a coffee culture for sure. I can guarantee that one. And then, following through from this entrepreneurship mission that you're on at the moment, what's next for you? What is it that you want to do?
Well, right now I only have been here 2 weeks in Paris, but I have been working 6 months before on L'Oreal's team, and I know I want to stay in L'Oreal right now. I have seen so much areas of where I can fit in, because it's a whole world of the cosmetics. And right now, as being working with the augmented beauty team, I can see I love the work of a project manager, all the ideas they have to develop until they launch a product into the market. So that got me really my interest. So I would like to follow that path, maybe.
Superb. And when looking at that, did anything surprise you about L'Oreal? I know you've only been here 2 weeks, but any surprises for you or anyone else?
Yes, I think also to previously I saw L'Oreal as an FMCG company that usually known as the marketing company. So when we came here, we see that this is really an innovation-driven company. We see that a lot of investments put by L'Oreal for the research, for developing new products or developing new innovation that will come in maybe 10, 20 years in the future. And that's really amazing because it seems like we can see the future. We are here in L'Oreal. And that's really interesting for me and amusing also.
Absolutely amazing. No, it is fully part of the culture, anticipation, seizing opportunity, and as it comes together. So a few of you might consider potentially working for L'Oreal as time goes through. If you were going to, which division would you choose and why?
Okay, wow.
Anyone?
Okay. If ever I do end up working for L'Oreal, I'm really interested in the active cosmetics division. I really love the mission of being able to make skincare accessible to all skin types, anyone of any gender. So, and combining that with my interest for like beauty and creativity.
Superb. The beauty of L'Oreal is you can start in any division and move around as it goes
Yes.
through. But there's a lot of attraction through to there as well. So it's good to hear, especially with your projects in close proximity. Anyone else, another division springs to mind?
I'll take the CPD. Actually.
Take it. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I like it. Why?
Because the mission is to democratize beauty for all. I really like how the CPD can be innovative, but at the same time accessible for like everyone. We can see the CPD brands like everywhere, so they're really accessible. But at the same time, they keep like trying to offer more benefits for the consumers, even though it is a mass product. Mass products if we compare it to the others. And also, the other things is that because it is very dynamic, we see now like the competition is getting more times by times. We see a lot of like indie brands also coming with their unique approach, and to really be able to compete in the market to still leading the beauty industry is really challenging, but I think it's really interesting at the same time.
Brilliant. You know it incredibly well as well. It's good to hear. Okay, so now we're going to change a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit more Q&A for the Brandstormers, or the Brandstormers to be that are on the call. And as we look at this, my first question is, when starting your project, where did you really seek your inspiration?
I can answer this one. Well, in our case, we were going through for the inclusion track. So actually, our inspiration comes out from social media. We started to see by TikTok, Instagram, like all these profiles that we were searching for, and we were really surprised that we found like people that were immersed in the beauty industry, but like as Jimenez mentioned, like they were not included before. So there's we wanted to attack, and we love to see like all this talent that is being like in social media we can find, and actually that is where our idea came out.
Social media.
Yes.
No, very good. Anyone else? Where did your inspiration come from?
For us, our inspiration is the existing technology, because at first we see the existing technology as a limitation, but after we saw what L'Oreal has done, like in CES or maybe in like certain L'Oreal technology incubator, we see that technology is not the limitation, but we can utilize it and make the connecting the missing link. Try to combine all the technologies to make one great solution for the consumer.
Okay, interesting one here. So one of the challenges people often have on Brandstorm is balancing creativity and practicality. And you saw existing technology and your ambition. How did you balance, your ambition versus what's realistic?
We see like the existing solutions, meaning it is like the insight for us that it is feasible. That's the point. And the second one, we have our ambition. So, and we try to like connect what solution that hasn't been done yet, but the existing solutions. And how do we can integrate our ambition with this existing technology? There's a gap between maybe those two things, and we try to find the right tune to there's still this point we can integrate. So that's the way we combine between the ambition and the existing solutions, try to find the right tune. And at the end, offering a greater solutions and benefits for the consumers.
Okay.
To add up, we also like try to talk to the end consumer as well, like to gather their point of view, and is it like practical for them if they do this or not, or something like that. Yeah, so talking to the consumer as well is gather lots of information for us.
And also the experts, because we are students and we need validations from like expert dermatologists or professors or mentors. So that is what we do to make sure that our idea is like feasible. It's creative, but it's feasible.
Fantastic. Okay, so if anyone has any more questions, feel free to put them through as well. I've got some here. I'm going to continue asking. The team will let me know if there's anything else that you want to be asking as you're watching. So let's go to basics. When you submit the 3 slides, what tips would you give right now for people to really make them stand out?
I can take that. I think for our 3-slider, we focused on 3 main things, which is the problem, our solution, and the impact that it has.
Problem, solution, impact.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you can summarize that concisely and as sharply as possible, while making your big idea stand out, then you have a winning three-slider deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's great advice as well.
And I think I also would add like to have like a visual image of your product so people can understand better, because sometimes that can be a trouble in some projects that may be like awesome, but they cannot be fully understand.
Yep.
Yes, like go for the like what you wanna project, and not do not go like for the details, because sometimes you wanna like want to explain everything because you want them to know the product as you know it, but you want to like achieve a lot of things, and at the end you cannot like explain it correctly. So like make it simple.
Visuals is key.
Less is more.
Yes.
Okay. And within the team itself, what tips would you give to manage a winning team? Because there's 3 in each team, and there's dynamics together, and you've got to think each person has a different attribute, because we all got diverse backgrounds, different contributions. So how would you advise people to manage a winning team themselves?
Well, for us, something that worked a lot is that the 3 of us, we were into everything. So we like make the decisions together. We research for something together. Everything that we did, it was together, because I think that if you don't agree with something, you can talk about it. You can go everyone to like a solution, instead of like, well, you make the research, you make the design, and then we mix up things and put it together. Like, I think it's very important to everybody be part of all the project.
Okay, the collective.
Yeah.
It comes together. Okay. And if you were looking at your project and your presentation and you were going to do it again, what is one thing you didn't do this time that you would do if you were going to run Brandstorm once more?
Yeah.
Finally, I've got one. Let's try it.
Okay. Actually, one thing that we want to do better is something like gather more like insight from the end consumer. Since like as I said mentioned before, we try to talk to the end user, but we haven't take any like primer data, like a small primary data, like just like small survey or something like that. That is like to show the judges or to show that it is really coming from the consumer. So what we can say is, oh, okay, we have talked to the people, but we don't know like the exact data. We just like comes up with the secondary data. So the things that we want to do better is gather that kind of data. Since like LOreal is something that's about the consumer driven, something is data driven as well. So it will help a lot if we support it by that kind of data.
Fantastic. Data. Data. Depending on where we start. Okay, and if you were going to give any advice to anyone that's a bit hesitating, do they join the 2023 mission? What advice would you give them?
Take the risk. You have nothing to lose. Honestly, I think it helps you like to achieve some experience on the process, and also you learn a lot, and well, you have literally nothing to lose.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when you really have nothing to lose, especially if you're not so sure about the industry. Like I could say personally that I wasn't really sure about LOreal, or I didn't really know much about it, and so taking the chance to be able to do something that's totally different from what you're totally used to, and taking the chance to learn more about it, it really pays off.
Yeah, and just to add, you really have no reason to be intimidated, because LOreal is very good at connecting you to the right mentors and giving you equipping you with the proper tools to educate yourself about the industry and about the topic. Because I know this year's topic might be intimidating for a lot of people.
Let's talk about that actually. No, it's a good point. So this year's topic, decoding beauty through AR, VR, and these technologies coming in. How do you feel about that yourselves first? As a topic, would you take on this challenge?
Well, I can answer that one. I think that being immersed in the metaverse is like a really big challenge, as it is a theme that it's not like being so much like, I don't know, like talk around the world. We knew it exists. We knew like some people are really into it, but us like in my case, I'm not. So I will totally totally enter again to Brandstorm because I think it's a big challenge, and to know about the VR, the AA, it's like a really big challenge to achieve. So it's a new experience, like being in the metaverse.
I think what's beautiful about it is learning for everyone. We're all still exploring what this could mean. What do you think will be a big challenge, though, of the people participating in Brandstorm 2023, exploring the metaverse, AR, VR, what comes together?
Well, I think for the metaverse, the big challenge is that we don't know what we don't really know. So it's really about being creative about how you learn. And again, like with Brandstorm, there are so many opportunities to learn about it. LOreal, like Kara said, really connects you to the right mentors, even at the local level. So really just embracing those opportunities. And with Brandstorm, even for us, where the challenge was to disrupt Beauty 2030, we were looking at ideas that you couldn't easily find on Google. So it was about really being creative about our learning and asking the right questions to really maximize the experience.
It's a good point, actually. What's on Google and what exists. How did you make your idea unique? So you had to create a USP at some stage throughout this. And what was your approach to check had it been done before? Are you new and are you realistic, like we discussed earlier?
Well, actually, for us, we got the advice that if your idea is something that you can search on Google, so if it's Googleable, it's not it. It's not a Brandstorm winning idea. So for us, every time we'd come up with a new idea, we'd Google it. And be like,
and then we Google it, and then it's already there.
So for us, that's happened. For us, it was about combining different, the good and all the ideas we liked. What consumers like about this product, what consumers like about this product, and trying to put them together to come up with our innovation.
No, absolutely brilliant. And when we look at this, we spoke about the presentations and the slides. What about if you're going to give your tips for your 1-minute video to impress the judges? Talk to me about this journey.
Okay, I think it's all about the visualization again because we already submitted our 3 pages of proposal, meaning that there is already the information that actually explaining our idea. But imagine if the person that is going to see your proposal don't have that much time to create throughout your 3 pages. How do they can understand your innovation within only 1-minute video? So really give them decide the flow of the 1 minute video, make them understand the journey of the consumer that we're going to explain to the judges or whoever watching your video. Because anyway, whether it is in the format of 3 pages proposal or 1-minute video, it's all need to be still understandable. People can imagine it, people can understand it, no matter how complex your idea actually is. But the main point is that make the audience understand what you are going to innovate. So it's really about the visualization, the voice, the tune that you try to make in your video. Actually, it's really fair.
I think that also I think I can recommend to you is make a video by storytelling. I think you really catch the attention of someone if you attack the heart. So I think that storytelling is a great way to go through and to really catch their attention and to really look at your video and enjoy it.
So the consumer or the one that are watching your video can empathize with your product, so they can feel part of and follow the journey it's going to be immersed into.
Yes, to get emotional.
To get emotional.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think in the editing phases, something important or a good tip you can do is to show your video to someone who hasn't seen your project before. Because, within your team, you know how good your product is. You know all the benefits you want to communicate because you have all these meetings and you talk to each other about it. But sometimes those ideas kind of get lost in 1 minute. You sometimes miss things that are actually very important. So I guess showing the video to someone else, getting their questions, and then reintegrating that into the video.
Great advice, absolutely. Yes. And look, not everyone's comfortable doing videos, how it's used to. Did anyone have to overcome a particular battle to do this or any journey throughout it?
I would say yes. Well, personally, I would say personally for me, because
your team are laughing at you. It's good spirit.
basically made him
He was
act
our
for us.
Yeah, we have to do a lot of acting in our videos. Again, it's all in like storytelling. I think in our videos to make an impressive video, you have to really focus on audio visuals. And so, in order to do storytelling, they needed someone to go first. And I think the advice I'd give there is, if you're feeling uncomfortable, I think try to give yourself like the extra push to do something, especially if you're being encouraged by, I guess, people in your team. Honestly.
Tap it, look
It's about
at it.
going out of your comfort zone.
Out of your comfort zone, yeah.
No, it's fantastic. And then, from a L'Oreal side, what resource did L'Oreal provide you to help you develop your videos, develop your concept, and the projects throughout?
Well, from our case, we had a lot of help from the Mexico team. We have we talked with the brand managers of the brand we were focusing on, that was Maybelline. So they told us, as we mentioned, some important points we have to focus on, empathize. You have to show what the brands want you to know. We chose Maybelline, so it's an encouraged brand, to be bold, to be brave. So that is what we follow. And well, they mentioned make people fall in love with L'Oreal. So that is what we try to do.
Fantastic. Okay, super. So for us, I hope we've answered some of the questions of the people that have got on the call as well. What I would say is, if you've got any more questions that are coming through, you've got your talent acquisition teams in the market that you're in. So go directly to them and make sure that you're opening this up and getting the support you need. From all of us here, we wish you a lot of luck, and we're really, really, really excited to see what projects you come through with. And just now, we're going to close on one bit of advice from every person to the Brandstormers 2023 to wish them luck and go forth from here. So we'll go right to left this time to finish here. You get the easy one. One word of advice. Let's go.
Well, I think that the sky is the limit. You have to think out of the box and get creative and explore everything and get to know L'Oreal 100%.
I will say, be unique. I think being you on this competition, it's what makes the difference in between staying here and be a winner.
Also, take all the advice you can, and even though it could be something you don't want to hear, people are telling you because of something. So get all the help you can. Also, we got help from school, from our professors, from L'Oreal. So I think that's what complemented our project.
Okay, for me, it's take your first step, because that's what matters. Because if you did not take your first step, you lose. But if you take your first step, then it's 50-50. Either you lose or you learn. So that is my advice, is to take your first step.
Okay, for me, but the whole journey is everything. You can learn through everything. So just have a start.
Okay, be brave. So really be confident with your idea, because you are the only one who understand and can be that confident with your idea. If we're not confident, how can people confident with our idea? So be brave, be confident, take your first step, because after that you will get 100 steps further ahead probably. That's for me.
Mine would be to be resilient. You're gonna hit a lot of hurdles and obstacles towards refining your project. Just be open to criticism and stick it through, because the journey is worth it.
Yeah. For me, it would be to innovate with purpose. I think with Brandstorm, there's always these really big challenges, and there's always the pressure to do something new. But not just thinking about creating something new, but also creating something that is better for the end consumer. So always asking yourself that question when you innovate.
No. My last advice I would say is to be active and ask questions. I think that everything here, especially in our Brandstorm journey, has been all about learning opportunities. And I think that if you'd be able to take the time to ask questions and learn more about, I guess, the industry or what you want to be able to innovate with your project, I think that that's one of the biggest advices that you could do, to be able to be active and learn from others.
Fantastic. 9 pieces of advice from people that were once in your shoes and now they're here in Paris. So good luck to everyone. Thank you for all being here today as well.
Thank you.
All the best.